Imagine a house that can do more than your smartphone and is much simpler than your morning with coffee. Yes, that's right. It's that very tiny house from Tesla, which has finally become a reality, and it's ready to turn everything upside down. Everything we thought we knew about housing. Smart, stylish, without any extra weight or size, but packed with surprises under the hood. How? Why? For what purpose? You're about to find out everything, right now. Don't go anywhere, because you definitely don't want to miss how the future has moved into a tiny house. And with it, a whole new perspective on comfort. When Musk threw out the idea on Twitter about a house for $10,000, everyone suddenly thought, well, it's Elon again? Today he's making jokes, and tomorrow he'll build another rocket. And then, bam, the box of the future actually materialized. So, a couple of years later, there was a fully compact futuristic cube standing in Musk's own backyard, completely autonomous, assembled without a single nail, and capable of living off the grid. It became not just a meme, but a real product. The Tesla tiny house is a home the size of a trailer, but with the intelligence of a spaceship. Musk proved that to change an industry, you don't need to build towers. You just need to create an idea where freedom, technology, and design come together under one roof. Once again, he played against the rules. Not through realtors, not with high rises, but simply like a tweet, brief, concise, and right on target. Forget about cement, rebar, and construction workers shouting, "Where's the level?" The Tesla tiny house is assembled on a conveyor belt, just like an electric car, with millimeter precision and robots instead of manual laborers. The entire process takes place within the Gigafactory. The frame, life support systems, interior, absolutely everything is automated. 50 minutes and the shell is ready. Yes, that's right. From the aluminum to the sink. It's packed up, placed on a platform, and in a couple of days a futuristic module stands on your lot, as if it just came off the Mars rover landing craft. In fact, you don't even need a foundation, just a flat surface is enough. What used to be science fiction now parks itself between your garage and your rose bed. The Tesla tiny house is not just a module, but your personal future that you can place in your garden, use as an office, a guest house, a studio, or even a room for a teenager dreaming of freedom. 400 square feet that contain everything, from a solar power station to an intelligent life support system. The house easily connects to the Tesla Powerwall and is controlled through an app. Lighting, climate, even water supply are all controlled with a single touch. Elon has shown that advanced technology doesn't have to be big. This is a house for those who want to live simpler but smarter. And yes, no architects, no permits, and the completion date is unknown. You just choose the configuration, place your order, and soon you'll have a house that's even lighter than an SUV. You open the doors and it feels like stepping inside an iPhone. Only it's a place to live. No clutter, no bulky wardrobes, just light air, wood, and metal. Pure minimalism, where everything is designed for comfort. The sofa hides in the wall, the table folds away, the windows have automatic blinds, and the lighting follows a schedule. But if you look deeper, beneath these clean lines and soft tones, you'll find an engineering heart from SpaceX. The materials used in the structure are heat-resistant, durable, and corrosion-proof. The ventilation system, like in a spacesuit, recycles the air, filters it, and keeps the humidity under control. But more on that a bit later. Fire safety? Of course. Energy efficiency? Absolutely. You could probably say this is a house where every single outlet literally thinks. What do you think the Falcon 9 and the house in your yard have in common? That's right, aluminum. But not just any aluminum, aviation grade, recycled from SpaceX rockets that are no longer suitable for another launch. The Tesla tiny house is made from composites that can withstand high loads, moisture, heat, and cold, while still being incredibly lightweight. The walls have thermal protection, the cladding is made from recycled carbon fiber, and the roof features a nano coating that reflects ultraviolet rays. There are no bricks here, and that's a good thing. No dampness, no mold, and no cracks from frost. The materials have been tested not just in laboratories but in real space missions. Musk apparently decided, if these technologies work in space, why not use them in construction? So a house from Tesla is more like high-ambition recycling on a space level. Do you think that in 400 square feet, that's just over 37 square meters, you can only fit a sofa and some hope? Oh, how wrong you are. The Tesla tiny house is a masterclass in spatial magic. It has everything: a full bedroom with a nook for a double bed, a kitchen unit with a cooktop and refrigerator, a bathroom with a shower cabin instead of just a hose over the toilet, a compact dining area, a wardrobe, and even space for a desk. And everything is transformable. In the spirit of Japanese engineering, tables hide in the wall, beds fold away, and shelves slide out. You're not living in cramped quarters. You're living in a comfort algorithm where every inch of space in the house works for you. Imagine armor, light as a feather, yet strong as a safe. Tesla has built a house that easily withstands hurricane winds and temperature fluctuations, yet weighs less than 10,000 pounds. That is, lighter than an average pickup truck. As you've probably guessed, the secret lies in the materials used. These are aluminum sandwich panels reinforced with an aerospace alloy frame and insulation that retains heat better than your grandmother's shawl. This house isn't afraid of climate tantrums because it was built to the same standards as space modules. It doesn't creak, it doesn't leak, and it isn't drafty. It holds its shape and stands up to impact. There's no usual on, off, or 3 fan modes here. Instead, there's a smart climate system powered by Tesla AI. What's cool is that it automatically figures out when you're hot, when you're cold, when to warm things up, and when to cool things down. Ventilation and temperature are adjusted in real time, based on your preferences and the outside weather. Wait, I almost forgot to mention filtration, humidity control, and the suppression of dust and allergens. The house's system is connected to solar panels, so it operates autonomously with no meters or unpleasant surprises. And yes, you can easily control it by voice or through the Tesla app. That's because the house takes care of its residents, not the other way around. At first glance, it's just a minimalist flat roof, but in reality, it's a mini power plant. The panels aren't mounted on top as usual, but are integrated directly into the roof structure. They look aesthetically pleasing. They don't glare, don't get dirty, and don't stick out. It's not just protection from rain as we're used to thinking, but energy generation for your everyday life. These advanced next-generation panels capture solar energy even on cloudy days, and work in tandem with the Tesla Powerwall battery system, which we've already mentioned today. In a house like this, a person doesn't need wires, outlets, or even neighbors. The house powers itself. Got energy left over? Even better. You can charge your electric scooter, your laptop, or just let the surplus go back into the grid. And you know what else is cool? You step outside in the morning, it starts to rain, and you smile because every drop will be put to use. The entire exterior of the Tesla tiny house is equipped with a rainwater collection system that channels it into a filtration system. First, there's primary filtration, then ultraviolet treatment, a carbon filter, and finally mineralization. What's the result? Clean water for showering, laundry, and even cooking. Musk made sure this is a self-sufficient system with not a single unnecessary pipe and not a single drop wasted. And yes, the same app on your phone lets you monitor the water level. In an era when water is as precious as gold, the Tesla tiny house won't waste it, but will conserve it. From the sky, for free, eco-friendly, and ingenious. Hurricane simulators, vibration platforms, and a temperature chamber. The Tesla tiny house can withstand winds up to 110 miles per hour. Heavy rain, snow, and heat up to 40 degrees Celsius. It also features airtight joints, a shock-absorbing frame, and a door that won't be affected by dampness or drafts. When building a regular house, you inevitably have to dig in the ground, pour concrete, get permits, and hire a construction crane along with a whole team of specialists. But the Tesla tiny house is more like a suitcase. You assemble it, load it up, and hit the road. It weighs less than 10,000 pounds, and you can transport it on a regular trailer without any special equipment. As for assembly at a new location, it takes up to 2 hours, and you don't need a sledgehammer or any construction swearing. Electricity, water supply, climate control, all of it is already inside and ready to go. Don't like the view from your window? We've moved. Decided to change your location? Easy. It's the perfect option for digital nomads, startup founders, or simply anyone who craves freedom. One module is undoubtedly convenient, 2 is already impressive, and 3, you get a real mini spaceport. The Tesla tiny house can be expanded just like a children's building set. Add a second, third, or fourth unit, connect them with walkways or galleries, and you'll have a full-fledged residential complex. Want a separate bedroom, a music studio, a workshop, or a winter garden? No problem. All modules are connected to a unified autonomous energy saving system and are managed through a single app. It's like DLC for your house. You buy new space and instantly increase the overall functionality. And importantly, everything remains mobile, compact, and self-sufficient. Would you buy a house if you didn't know where to put it? That's exactly what Musk thought. Why make things so complicated? Tesla's solution: you choose a tiny house, click the buy button on the website, and immediately get placement options. Tesla has partnered with private landowners, eco-villages, and mobile sites. You simply pick a spot on the map. Want to be in the forest, in the mountains, or by the ocean? Easy. Want to move every season? No problem. Tesla even has a home for rent service with a plot of land. You can live in the house without buying the land. A house without an address is a thing of the past. Tesla offers an address without unnecessary bureaucracy. Convenient, fast, smart. As always. Stopped by a home improvement store for a hammer and ended up going home with a Tesla tiny house? No, it doesn't work that way. This house isn't sitting on store shelves and isn't sold through intermediaries, only directly from the company's website. Why? Because each model is customized for the customer, just like a car. All that's left is to choose the configuration, finishes, climate system, number of solar panels, and of course, the facade design. Besides, Tesla are control enthusiasts. It's important to them that the house reaches you without extra charges, without dealer markups, and without messed up logistics. Literally everything, from production to delivery, is in their hands. And it's also easier to implement updates this way. You're not just buying walls and a roof, but an upgradable platform. And yes, technically, your future house could receive a firmware update, like a Model S, only not on wheels. When you hear a house from Elon Musk, you expect a price with 6 zeros. Surprise! The Tesla tiny house in its most basic configuration costs around $7,579. And the upgraded version averages $15,000. That's less than a used 2020 Model White, and several times cheaper than any studio apartment in a big city. Plus, no mortgage, no down payment, no banking quests. You just buy a house like you would a smartphone. It's not even housing in the traditional sense. It's a philosophy. To live simpler, smarter, freer. Paying for air and square footage is the old world. In the new world, you pay for engineering excellence, sustainability, DOE autonomy, and style. Everything that used to be elite is now your starter package. It's small, but it resonates louder than skyscrapers because it's not bricks and square meters that change the industry, but ideas. The Tesla home kills construction as a process. Instead of months of waiting, you get a ready-made module from the Gigafactory, packed with technology. Forget cement, forget wiring. This is a home like a gadget. It doesn't just stand there, it thinks, adapts, and is managed by AI. Not just a house in the sense of any place to live, but a house that proves housing can be mobile, flexible, autonomous, and beautiful. Small? Yes, but it's a